Done BZ, Done BZ, Done BZ, Done BZ TV. What's up, Boss Tweezy? It's your boy, Done BZ, and I'm coming to you here live from the Steezy. And I'm back at it again with another episode of the Jam Skating News. And as you can see, I'm here in the Steezy, the lab, in Done BZ's laboratory. I was singing this song before I got on stream. I couldn't figure out the words, so I had to go with my original song. I wanted to come in and I wanted to do another stream about the Almanac. This is what I have to snack on today. I know what your question is. How am I going to get to $25 of snacks today? It's a little spicy. So I got the Lao Gama. That's imported. That's an import. The imported spices. Cheese, butter, grits. And then I got the spicy sausage. So wholesale versus the portions. So possibly 10 to 20. Because I know the pocket watchers is out there. They're watching. One thing I got to be honest about. I don't even want to equivocate about it. The calculating. So for the Almanac today, I want to start working on the lead magnet for the Almanac, the email list, and the landing page. That's what my big focus is. So that's going to mean working on the rhythm skating map, and then writing everything that comes along with it. The next couple of articles that's going to be beside that. But then before I do that, I just made this food. It's about to get cold. What's on the reaction chopping block? I've been doing all this research. Now I'm missing the days when I was reacting. I know what to do. Julie Glass's history. We're going to go back and we're going to see who Julie Glass was. And we're going to learn about Adam Skates, Motor Skates, David Glass, in the history of the legend, Julie Brunt Glass. So let's watch a couple Julie videos. Hearing her talk about the early days of roller derby is hilarious. It feels good to be back on the green screen. I don't have a background no more. I be having backgrounds and stuff. Early days of roller skating, dawn of inline speed skating. Let's listen to her talk about the early days of roller derby. Then we could come back and talk about the speed skating.
Why skating for me? I started skating, similar story as Doug, actually. I just love to go to the local skating rink. the owner noticed my talent, and he had a speed club and said, I want you to skate, and I'll give you free lessons if you start. And my mom put up a little fight. She didn't want me to miss church on Sundays, so we had to work
So
around
this
that.
is just a
But I just fell in love
small
with the sport.
breakdown
I
of
did
her
every-
skills and how amazing she was as a skater. Even as a child, people were like, oh my. Brunt, the young Brunt lady, she's going crazy on these skates. Here is a sponsorship to do this.
I did everything when I was little. I did tennis, I did swimming, basketball, volleyball, and I continued to do those sports through junior high and a little bit in high school. But eventually skating just took over. My first 3 years, so I started competing at 10, and that was in 1989. The first 3 years, again, was quads, and then it switched over to inline, which is actually a perfect age for me because I was young enough where it was, to change that early wasn't that big a deal.
Her era led the curve.
Yeah, so when I was 15, I went to World Team Trials. Didn't go so well. Got lapped off the track. The next year, that's all I could think about was worlds. I need to make the world team, and I did. I came back. I won the trials as a 16-year-old and went on to win my first world title in Australia in 1995. And
I love her story. It's so inspirational. She says, I got laughed off the track. Me. Next year, I came back and I was on the boys, bro. It was me. Came up, that's all me. No help, that's all me.
I just fell in love with the sport.
Maybe she don't talk like that. Maybe she don't completely talk like that. Early days of roller derby. I like hearing about her history. That was the first part. Just hearing a little bit about her history, hearing how she came up. Now let's take a look at the early days of inline skating. Because Julie Brandt, she went to the X Games as a downhill inline skater. Let's check it out. And I started to call her Julie Brandt and not Julie Glass. Because if we check out the conversations around her, that's how she's listed. No prize. Oh man. Julie Brandt. Ooh. Here it is. Julie Brandt, women's downhill. Talking about Brent. Julie Brandt. Wait, we got to check out inline first. Because before there was Derby, there was Julie Brandt, the inline skater. Moto.
Why skates? I guess
Moto.
It's been a part of my entire life,
That's
and
the only thing we've both ever done.
it's all I've ever done, and it's been my passion, still my passion. Inline speed skating is still in my blood; it'll never leave my blood. And there will be a time when Moda actually gets very entrenched back into the inline side of things, but it's
He says inline speed skating, but when he started, it was quad speed skating, and then when he was on the world team, also 86 and 91, it was all quad skating. But when we launched our company in the early 90s, everybody remembers the inline boom. Everyone skated on inlines. When we
Deep
opened our
in
first
my
company, it was
heart,
inline, 'cause that was the thing.
I love to skate.
There was still roller rink skating, but what our passion was, I was at that time on the world team, so that was our passion. He actually was one of the pioneers of inline skating.
I was one of the. I think I could probably say the first inline speed skater. Was it 91?
Yeah.
91. I was on inlines. Only one on inlines.
Quick pause, so I'm thinking about it. We got to point this out. They started inline skating. Let me say this again. They started speed skating as quad skaters because that was the predominant form of roller skating. But the inline boom changed and influenced the entire product base. And now inline skates are what people are speed skating on. What people are skating on, what's popular, and what are the marketing niches is going to be a big part of the story as this goes on. So right now, this is the part where we have her talking about, her and him. The crazy part about Doug Glass. Doug Glass is Offset, and Julie Brent Glass is Cardi B. Let me explain. He is actually a famous speed skater, inline skater. But he is not as famous and as popular as her when it comes to wins inside of their division. He don't got no X game medals. He don't inline quad skate faster than everybody, then inline speed skate faster than everybody. There's no men's roller derby. He never had a chance. He'd have to start dancing. He'd have to start dancing. I don't know why I went there.
And again,
She's that famous is what I want to point out. But he's about to talk about,
and I went
he's about to start talking about how it was when everything switched over. That's why it's pertinent.
to the hyper company, and he goes, "Put these on." And I looked at him like, "You can't skate in these.
You can't turn in these. That's literally word for word. You can't turn in these. I can't start in these."
He goes, "Well, you sleep in them, you eat in them, you keep them on, you don't take them off your feet, and I'm sending you." He's sending me to a meet. He's paying for me to go to a meet. This is unheard of. And I'm like, okay, if you're gonna pay for me, he's not paying me. He's paying my way. Okay, he's giving me the support to get to this event. At this time, no one ever heard of stuff like this. And I'm like, all right, I'll do my best. And I went there and won the event.
And I was back in Michigan. This is like in my early days in my career, and I heard about this skater that was in Florida on these funky skates that we all needed to learn how to skate on now at this point because they are that much faster.
I didn't know how to get off the start. I toe picked, goes dead last on the start.
No
had to pass
one.
everybody in the outside because I didn't know how to pass inside yet. I was still learning how to skate in these things. Passed everybody in the outside, but you could go so much faster. It's like a motorcycle versus a car in a turn. I mean, that's a good comparison.
So he history. She heard about him as a jit. Oh my God. And he just changed speed skating. Doug Glass? Yeah, man, Doug Glass, the guy. Why am I describing
A car's going to slide out.
It's probably
and a
not this
motorcycle just takes the
dramatic.
turn. It was the same thing. So it was a real eye opener. From that point on, but there was a meet like 3 months later. It was like 50% inline, 50% quad, and then after that, it was just all inline. It just went
All
And
inline.
even at the world level,
yeah.
quad speed was done. It was over. It was for 2 years. They kept both. So at the 91 and 92 inline worlds, worlds.
Yeah.
They did a inline category and a quad category, and then as of 93, it was only inline and no more quad.
So let's think about this for a second. What does this mean for quad skates as quad skating speed skate setups and retailers and manufacturers? Dudes probably had boots. They was pro. Nope. And this is in 1991, 1992. So by the time I start roller skating, speed skating setups are highly recreational, extremely recreational. Now let's look at her talk about derby roller skating. This is about to be a trip. I like watching this video because we get a second to see how Julie and Doug interact with each other. And we can see how their mindset is shaped as they're going into different spaces. At this point in her career, she's an accomplished inline skater. So it's like she spent some time trying to speed ice skate. But she ended up saying, hey, yo, these young gunners in ice skating, whoa, day. Chill out. I don't even want to be doing all this. But she comes out and she sees derby. And these are the early days of derby. And like, one thing that people will admit about the early days of derby, they won't admit that there were men there. They won't admit the African-American population. They won't admit none of that. I'm sorry. I don't have to go there. I don't have to go here. They will admit that in these days of derby, it was still theatrical. I'm listening to the playback on that derby comment. Because we're going to listen to them talk about derby. They're going to say that it was theatrical, but then they're going to describe like tights and hair pulling. But then, okay, there was theatrics in derby. Maybe she says the distinction, distinctively flat track derby. I just thought it was a funny line because like she brought up that distinction and she talks about that aspect of derby. But then I'm just like, she's like, no, but like, next thing, as they're approaching derby, Julie sees potential in derby. But David doesn't see the potential in derby. So they look at it at first and she's like, oh man, this is about to be a movement. He's like, I'm not making no derby brand. There ain't no money in this.
Derby resurged in Texas back in early 2003. I believe it was 2003.
Now it's time to buy some breakfast.
I started hearing about the sport. I lived in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle at the time, and I started hearing about the sport. But we were super entrenched in inline at that time. I ended up going to watch a couple bouts with some old speed skater friends, and you know, these are brand new girls just learning how to skate. So when I first watched it, I was like, wow. This is cool. I love that they're on roller skates, but I mean, I don't know if I can get into this, you know, because they're kind of skating straight up and they can barely skate. So if I went out there,
just want to throw in there, I went with her, and go ahead.
He said, I don't want you to do this sport right now.
I don't want to do the sport, and I really don't want to actually make products for this sport. That was where I was at that time. This is the, you know, fishnets, and we barely know how to skate, right? This is the really early.
They barely know how to skate. It's been 20 years since derby girls learned how to skate. He said they barely could skate. That's a crazy time. Everybody was fresh meat. They was all fresh meat, bruh. Nobody could skate. Julie Glass came out and said, y'all can't skate. None of them could skate, bruh. They can't skate, bruh. It must hurt to still get people coming by and saying, derby girls still can't skate. To this day, 75% cannot skate. To this day. Zoolander turning? That's not a rhythm skating term. I'm a little excited. I'm a little turned up.
early days.
Well, actually, that wasn't when fishnets are okay.
I don't
They
have
were
to
fighting.
attack
They were
people's
pulling
skating.
hair.
I don't have to
There-
attack
this was
skaters.
still during the time when Derby was like WWE. A lot of acting going on, and I was like, "What is going on out here? These guys are like over. They're fighting." But I guess it was all pre-played and stuff like this. So that was really early Derby.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
you went to regional or whatever.
Yeah,
It's-
so I decided to start a family. I had twins in 2007. In 2008, we had just entered the wheel market as Adam.
Again, he just said it's like acting, WWDE, the really, really early days. His really, really early days of Derby might just be different than my really, really early days of Derby.
Here we go. Trotter and Eddie Payne. Eddie Payne. He tried to call it off.
They ain't got no fishnets on.
Jam going up now. Watch it. If you just joined us along the
Is what I'm saying.
Thunderbird
These things
Network,
don't have
we're watching
fishnets
two
on.
of the Tokyo.
So there's a small difference between what we're talking about. I'm gonna stopping the video.
And actually, Quadzilla worked for us. And
Okay,
Nationals happened to
Quadzilla.
be in Portland that year. And we're not doing too well in this market at this time. We're like really struggling.
We're
We're
non-existent.
we're losing money actually by staying in the market at this
Losing
time.
money
we're spending
by
more
staying
on
in the
travel
market.
and marketing and development than was coming back to us. And so we're like, you know what? Let's give this one more year.
Excuse me.
I went to Nationals in Portland in 2008. I was blown away. I mean, what happened when I was gone from 2003 when it first started to 2008? These girls could skate. I mean, they could skate well. I didn't really understand the game, but I loved the enthusiasm. You could already see the athleticism,
the energy was
the energy in the
amazing.
building. I mean, it was a production. I mean, compared to what I'm used to in inline speed, where it's more about, it's like watching road cycling. It's just a totally different vibe. So what I saw, I wanted to be part of it. So I told Doug at Nationals, I'm skating, and
And one of her first coaches actually was there coaching a Derby team, and shedded a lot of light too as well.
Yeah, Rob Dunn was my inline coach, and he was coaching Detroit Derby girls. They weren't competing there, but he was there scouting and just watching and learning, because he's a coach. And the passion that he had for it, when he talked to me about it, that's when I knew I have to get involved here. Like, not only do I now want to get involved in product, I want to play this sport. And so I came up with the name Atomatrix, and I started skating in October, November, right after the champs. I started skating with the Ole Rollers, who were a lot of former speed skaters like myself and world-class hockey players. We had a ton of talent. We didn't understand the rules and yada yada as much, but we ended up having a Cinderella season.
We ended up having a
Luckily,
Cinderella
Rose City Rollers gave us an
season.
opportunity.
We didn't understand the gamer as much. Yada, yada. Derby was free. Derby was free. They pulled a Montre. Montre pulled an atomic matrix.
Opportunity to play them because we were unranked at the time. They were a top 10, and my first bout was against Rose City Rollers. I was like a deer in headlights, but we pulled it through. We ended up winning. It was a last jam situation. We were total underdogs. So to go in there and win, and then just go on and to win the whole season, it was like, I get goosebumps talking about it. Like, it was just
I get
was so
goosebumps
unexpected.
talking about it.
And it was a dream.
Talk
really.
that
it was
talk,
one of the best years of
Julie.
my life in 2009. Everything was
and-
good.
and
And
then
then,
what?
on the business side, that was another thing. I got to get super entrenched in product. As soon as I skated my first practice,
She changed the whole product line.
overnight, I'm like, no, this product's wrong. So we're gonna go with more narrow wheels because the 62s are made for speed skating. 62 by 41 are made for the old speed days. Well,
62 by 44.
I'm sorry, 62 by 44. That's made for a larger track, bigger strides, and it was locking my shins up. And I'm an athlete. Like, I'm not just.
We actually had, again, there was a little bit of fortune that took place. We had a girl named Danny Lewis that actually is a hockey player, and she asked me to cut down a set of wheels for her. And we did, and then she wore them. And she's like, wow. This makes a difference. So she did it. She actually did it for hockey purposes. So roller hockey was already wearing some 59s, but nobody in Derby knew what a 59 millimeter wheel was. So we tried them, and then we ended up, like she said, she changed the whole line. Not the whole line, but a huge part of the line went to 59s, and that was a.
I like looking at the way that they transfer energy in these videos. They had a conversation about that moment later. I know they did. Look, oh my God, we gotta come back and watch this again. From the moment he said 44, he said 44. He said the 44. Look at his face right now.
Athlete, like I'm not just.
We actually had, again, there was a little bit of fortune that took place. We had a girl named Danny Lewis that actually is a hockey player, and she asked me to cut down a set of wheels for her. And we did, and then she wore them. And she's like, wow, this makes a difference. So she did it. She actually did it for hockey purposes. So roller hockey was already wearing some 59s, but nobody in Derby knew what a 59 millimeter wheel was. So we tried them, and then we ended up, like she said, she changed the whole line. Not the whole line, but a huge part of the line went to 59.
Playing with the wheels. Okay, looking at the wheels.
Versus 62 by 44.
Oh.
It was.
Looking at Doug like she could glass him.
A game changer in the wheel market.
Tap, tap, tap. I didn't go back to the line, but y'all got the gist of it. You understood what I was putting down. Now it's that boy Doug Beasy. I'm here in the lab. That's why I'm in Dexter's lab. You get it? What's this over here on the side? Oh, that's the end of the background. So I got a couple things to show y'all. Tap, 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 tap. Give it head, taps head, tap, tap, tap. Whack, 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 whack. So this morning I woke up and I got to recording. The only reason I watch these clips here is because I'm recording the motor video. This wasn't supposed to be a random Doug Beasy stream. This was not supposed to be no reacting taking place. But what had happened was I made this bowl. I made lunch. I cooked lunch instead of not having lunch. I ate all my snacks. Promise you. I didn't eat all of them, but I ate all of them. I probably got like 3 days of vegetables. I got 5 days of vegetables. Roller skating Almanac. I got 3 days of fruit. So I got to go to the grocery store tomorrow morning. Cancel all of my social engagements for 2 weekends. Like that. I woke up this morning, I don't know what it was. I said, you know what? I'm tired of playing around with these dudes. Tired. Had a baby crash out. I woke up and crashed out. I'm crashing out, bruh. I was convicted afterwards. I'm looking at myself in the mirror You knew you had to do it. You knew you had to do it. Maybe it was the fast paced switch up. Created my lead magnet. Lead magnet, email list. So the lead magnet, the rhythm skating map updated. Rhythm skating is the difference between the two sections, different sections, countries are broken into regions. So boom, first things first. Wake up, crash out. Crash out. Crashed out. I crashed out. I said I'm crashing out. Region broken down. Styles broken down into routines and moves. For example, JB was a style, excuse me. Some moves are the stand, the man, big wheel. Like I crashed out, and then I said, "Bro, you crashed out. You instigated situations to crash out in them." I said, "You had an opportunity to take that in another direction. You even considered it." And then I said, "Nah, bro, I'm crashing out." I said, you can't do that. You can't do that solution to solve this. Because if you solved it, then you'd have to keep on doing it. If you solve this, then that means that you have to keep on doing this. But if you crash out right now, you ain't gonna have to do none of this no more. You don't even gotta go. You don't even have to run what you got planned. These moves become a routine. And at the end of it, I just had to take a step back and reflect. Like, bro, why did you do that? Oh, why did you do that, man? What am I looking for? My rhythm skating suggestions, they're getting better. Flop errors that lasted longer than expected is crazy. When you put these moves together, they become. The styles and the regions are movement and philosophy groups. Oh. Creating ebook with Canva. I should get a Canva ebook layout. So I canceled all of my excursions outside. That's the second thing I did. And now I'm like, oh man, I'm looking at my email. Oh my, it's been days of this. I mean, oof. Let me start from the beginning. It's time to go back. Way back. So I got tickets to a cosplay party tonight. It's tomorrow. It starts Sunday at 6 p.m. and I'm getting there at 6 p.m. It's 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. I might do like a 6 to 9. 6 to 9. Or am I shaking like this? I'm on the fence about telling everybody the story and keeping everybody in the loop about my life, the trials, the tribulations, the ups, and the downs. I'm gonna keep it in. It's too deep, too deep. I gotta take a second. Take time, trying to catch a break. And then I hear baby names. I always think of you. So the chapters. I need to move the chapters into the content calendar. So what I really started thinking about is the true question that I need to answer. How do I change my entire routine? Roller skating on it. Yep. Yep. Because my whole routine would have to change if I want to consistently do all of the things that it takes to become successful in the manners I'd like to. I would need a manner to consistently improve and consistently handle these tasks. Write scripts, How to rotate wheels. Content calendar entry. So everything that I did leading up to Think Week is what I need to do every week, so I can have an opportunity to think every week. What's up, D-Los? Check plates. My boy, I was having a conversation with him, and he started talking to me about his roller skating plates and replacing his plates, how to replace them. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. What is rhythm skating? Boom, 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 boom. Let's do this quickly. Add it to my lead magnet. I'm writing on these answers, and I should be writing something. One of the first things I wanted to make time for the Almanac and make time for my content. That's the big thing that's gonna push me to do better these coming weeks. It's gonna be easy to just say, "Oh, all I gotta do is content." Oh, all I gotta do is workouts. Da, 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 da. So, regions. That is a lot of writing. Why am I writing that? Do, 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 do. Rhythm skating. Rhythm skating. What is this melody from? Da, 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 da. Six-week roller skating plan is for something else. Where will I skate? I had so many revelations today. Parts of the Almanac. Why would you need to put that into the lead mag? Here is a PDF with a definition in it. Why would I want that? Should have just put it on a website. What if you made it an email? What if you made it an email? But I think the escape plan could fly. Depends on how you write it. What is it gonna solve? Never be the same. This girl, you came and changed the way I walk, the way I talk. I cannot explain the things I do for you. Girl, you know it's true. This might work with a rhythm skating map. And then this is the map. This is the map. So create lead magnet. So this is the lead magnet for the Almanac. You know, but okay. At the end of everything, I had to be real. You are being dramatic. Skate plan. And I had to do a measurement of time. Ebook. So my skate plan. So my skate plan lead magnet could be the entry into that roller skating course, and I could use that roller skating course as a means to iron out the kinks in the roller skating course. 6 weeks starting from X, Y to Z. And I could try to think about what people might want to learn in that time. I don't know. Ruck's World is selling people the desire to become him, though. So put the cart before the horse, I guess. You have to earn the right to sell that to people. This is the map. Skate plan. Skate plan outline. Progression. Skate plan outline. A link to a private video to describe it. That might be a nice little lead magnet. The skate plan outline for a 1 hour practice plan template. A link to a 1 hour video to describe it. Progression of complexity, adding new vocabulary. And if I have 5 vocabulary moves for each link, 5 footworks, 5 transitions, 5 patterns, I could do the first one and then just talk about the other ones. And people are just going to create them in their head. That would be like the program. Well, I mean, somebody might, you know. I'm eating these last 5 grits in this bowl. Shouts out to all my friends. They roasted me. They used to say that my monitor was shaking. I said, you know what? I'm getting a tripod. Y'all not going to keep roasting me. Now my drink's stable. Changed all my videos. Difference between jam and rhythm skating. Is a competition focused dance based roller skating style that prioritizes breakdancing. Do 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 do. I told an ice skater that I'd eat him up. That they couldn't touch me on the ice. Oh my God. Just to compare. Bye. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah. Gave you what? He gave you what? Excuse me. I need to make this. I need to actually write the lines out so I can get this out. In all honesty, rhythm skating is one question that I get is what is rhythm skating? In all honesty, terrible lead in. But these answers down here, voice, 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 curly brace, voice, space, curly brace. I understand it now. Now this is C++. Voice, space, CSS. Voice, space, how do I want my voice to sound? Relatable. What? Maybe a 6th grade level when it comes to the pairing. Urban, country. What's another way to describe country? Slice of life, matter of fact, homely. This is a good lead up. And if I get I can find an outline for the ebook on Canva real quick, and then I could make the map real quick. Do 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 do. I need to change my wheels thumbnail as well. What am I looking for? 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 Ebook first. I think something like this. Is this just a cover? I think this is cool. I need more than the cover though. Something like this is perfect for the Almanac, but it's paid. I could remake this though. The Code of Success fitness book. Content making. Do 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 do. Look at bro hitting his side. Yeah. Yes, sir. I could take one of these. Ebook, multiple pages. The heist. I need some artwork for the front of the almanac. I need some artwork for the front of the almanac. Artist for a book. Cover art. Ebook art. Ebook layout. Those are some really big things. And so that meant the first part of making time for both and doing both. For today, that meant a couple things. On the surface level, after I finished my recording, I had to make sure I got to this as quickly as possible. Get started, get moving. Then continuing to do this in the future. Ooh. Change stops. Ooh. So the plan. Link to a private video to describe it. Okay. Webinar CTA. Plan description, tut. Plan description. Okay, the plan description tutorial. Let's get end it in there. Somewhere around there. So finish the lead magnet in the next 2 weeks. If I got the lead magnet plan description tutorial, I do need to plan out deadlines for the next couple of rocks and look at the work disbursement for both of these. The ski journal. Oh, then the plan for this. Plan description tutorial. Set. Script. The set description. Let's say skating rink. Oof. Roller skating Almanac. Okay, let's stay focused. It's the lead magnet. The map. I need the map for this, then the pathway for the landing page. Mm, 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 mm. Can't see it as a timeline. Let me see if it's a calendar. Email list CTA. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Let's lead magnet, lead magnet, lead magnet. Let's make this next rhythm skating map. Okay. At the end of it all, I realized that in addition to whatever I got going on, I have a tendency to try to go in two directions at once. And it's more about being work adversant. What's that jank called? What's the jank called? What's the jank called? What's the jank called? What's the jank called? Excuse me. Adverted. Work adverted. Like you kind of want, it's like wanting to get money without wanting to work your job. The map. And I'm just like, there's just stuff in my life that I just feel that way about. Like, and then thinking about how that connects to accomplishing so many things. Delayed gratifications, as the experts will say. Two point oh. What are the things that I'm willing to delay gratification for? And what are the things that I want gratification for that I haven't worked for? I think that's the most, like, the sneakiest thing that can come up. Because those be the moments when you be expecting stuff or become emotionally invested in outcomes that are extremely unlikely to ever happen. Or invested in parts of outcomes. Here it is. This is what I'm looking for. Up top, DMV, Kentucky, Midwest, California love. Dun, 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 dun. It was like, what dawned on me? Something dawned on me. Yep. 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 What am I looking for? Mm, 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 mm. What was I going on about? And then those be the worst ones, because then you be expecting. Okay, England. No one, no one, no one. Mm. Damn. Got the map in the joint. Da-da-da-da-da. Mm. Anxiety. And then I put the lime in the coconut and mix them both together. Let me get the palettes. Put the lime in the coconut. I need to rename the whole thing. Mm. So what had happened was I put that lime in that coconut. And it swerved in that corner. Whoa, whoa. I had to swerve in that corner. Whoa, whoa. A large portion of today made me reflect and say, I need to play more ranked. Compete with something on the line. Ooh, this is going to be a doozy. I'm thinking about changing the colors of the states. Water is triple it. Nope, 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 nope. Now let's get a drop shadow. I done swerved in that corner. Have you ever swerved in that corner? Whoa. Whoa. Hmm. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Tell me when I'm with my boo. Oh. So let's switch this one to the red. Let's switch this one to the black. A little darkness, my old friend. What if? What if it just went down smooth? Each one. It's just as smooth as that. So and give it up smooth. Ain't no telling when I'm down for a jack move. What a crime record like Charles Manson. AK-47 is the tool. Man, you can't mess with me. Ba-da-da-da. Ice Cube, tell me where you from. Straight out of Compton. You got a brother that will smother your mother and make your sister think I love her. Dangerous. Mother trucker raising heck. Because I don't really care. That's my problem. When I'm passing by a cop, I don't dodge him. Go to Snow Bunny heaven. Snow Bunny. Bunny heaven. Which of these blue complements the color patty best? I like the darker one, but the lighter one might be the best. Actually, this one's a little bit closer to the other ones. I like this a little bit better. Okay. But now I can't really see the black. What if? This way I can see the black and all of the colors pop. There's a faint line. Faint. I think it's back to this one. There's some blemishing and artifact I want to take care of real quick. What am I doing? What am I doing? Da 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 da. Excuse me. Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he go from? Kind of Joe. So this is a lot farther than I've gotten with the rhythm skating map the last couple of times, and I got a chance to look at the color palettes. The joint don't match. The UK does not match. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. I kind of just want to erase it. I feel like most people aren't going to know the difference. Still awesome. What's next, baby? I want to erase it in a way where I don't have to continue to do it. There it is. Because a brush eraser is going to make it sloppy. Now everything matches. They don't love you like I love you. You put it in it. Go advice. What was the advice? Huh. So boom. So today it is Friday night. It's Saturday night actually. And the next big issue that I'm noticing with myself and doing everything in my life, abstract groovy and Montserrat. If the heading is abstract groovy, I be trying to play video games on the weekends. Righteous and Railway, Montserrat and Roberto Slab. I like Montserrat and Roberto Slab. Like I had tickets to a comedy show yesterday. And I had to be real, like going by myself, I wouldn't have went. Roberto Slab. And I didn't go. I just stayed in the house and streamed. Swear to God. I said, nah. All I could think about was, I guess that's one thing. Chopping, gallop, the run, man them. Mm. Pacifico. I don't got none of the fonts they suggested. I gotta go on a font. Look. Let's think about it. The top is abstract groovy. The headings are abstract groovy. The text is abstract groovy. The font is abstract groovy. I can make this a little bit smaller. I gotta find places I want to go. That's why I gotta go to this cosplay party tomorrow. I have to go. It's like going to the skating rink. And so I can duplicate this and then move it around. So I have one perfect one and then play with it. Play with the placing. I think I could finish this on my next Almanac stream. While I'm thinking about the next Almanac stream. I'm gonna bring y'all into my world for 1 second. Let me look over this. Yeah, this is some good progress. I need to think about where I want to take this course. Cause I need to find some resources. Skate course, roller skating almanac. I could put the roller skating almanac stream in the next one. I definitely need to get into this more and start outlining these. I'm not sure how long I wanted to make this one. And that's where I am right now. Cause I'm reaching the 2-hour mark on this one. Okay, boom. Brainstorm the funnel. So a lot of this stuff tomorrow. I said I wanted to kind of get an idea, brainstorm landing page. I think I'm pretty much did this and doing the color palette. I can put the end date on it and then take it off of my calendar for tomorrow and add the next thing. I should be having another session because tomorrow's the last day of Think Week. Audience targeting. Audience targeting. And then I need to create lead magnet and landing pages. Use these in order to improve audience targeting. So this is ongoing. Create email list. Brainstorm polls. All of these are in efforts to improve audience targeting. What are some more dates that I can think about? Update style skating map. Let's have this done by the end of next week. I got BlurredCon coming up, and I don't have a break after this next BlurredCon. Launch book, outline skate plan. Let's have the skate plan outlined by then. The funnel launch. When I want this funnel launched. This is for the Almanac. I think that's a good date. Develop the email marketing campaign. This might be a little long, but in case I look up and I'm like, oh wow, develop social media ads, write the skate course. This is for something completely different. Find designer for an ebook. You might not need it. If I'm launching a funnel on the 15th, I need to have a designer by April Fool's Day. Say designer, artist, develop email campaign. So my email campaign, I definitely want that by the end of March, because if it's the end of March and I haven't started the emails, social media ads, let's say this is in May. Because that's something I need to be developed for. I was thinking about this, and I can bring this on down. Won't develop funnel. What are some more? Write articles for styles. Um, Roller skating almanac, the stuffer, the styles, lead magnet, the components, the things that go inside, the rhythm skating map. I need to write it out or at least draw it out. So I got 7 more minutes. I got 7 minutes, and I need to think about the hero images for the almanac and for the course. Hero images. I can have a picture of me, a logo or a design representing learning, a roller skate on the cover, so I need this for the landing page and landing page. What's the other piece of marketing that I'm looking for? And the ebook cover. And then I'm gonna need some things for the website. I want to get my schedule written out for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm gonna stop complaining and I'm just gonna go to the grocery store early. If I get up, I wake up at 5:30. I can make a quick run, and so, as opposed to complaining. So 5 to 7 groceries. Oh, motor skates, recording mode up by 11 o'clock, 11 to 1, recording motor skates. Editing, scheduling, or writing to prep for motor. Then I would have an almanac stream. Nope, I wouldn't have an almanac stream. Almanac and Rydell versus Vanilla. So boom. Schedule these clips, record Moda, the Done Productions graphic, the Almanac, email list, landing page, lead magnet. It's 5 o'clock on Saturday. It's time to get it in. So tomorrow, I want to get a chance to record Moda. You know what I'm actually going to do? Instead of trying to fit in Rydell versus Vanilla, I'm just going to have another Almanac stream tomorrow. So if I do Almanac again tomorrow, record Moda, have my writing, edging, and scheduling session, work on the Almanac, and then stream gaming. Because that way I get my content for the week out, and I'm working out for the week. I'm recording Modus. I'm getting my next YouTube out, and I'm working on the products. And this is all going to help me just be more relaxed as I'm coming into the next week. The way that I'm going to ensure that I'm working on the Almanac consistently is in the mornings during my learning periods. I'm going to be focusing on my learning, and that's going to be focused on making sure that the drop for the Almanac is as good as possible. And then during the week, what I got to do during the week? If I focus my learning periods on the Almanac and then my time at the end of the day, I can work on my different projects, or I can work on my show, or I could work on my content, then everything should come together. This is the breakdown. So I have 1, 2, 3 work periods during the week, 4 work periods during the week. So I pretty much work 1, 2. I get a couple hours a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I have a cash out period on Saturday and Sunday where I do my recording. And then in the mornings, I do business training. It's imperative that I get to sleep every single night, because if I get to sleep every night, I do my business training every morning. And if I do my business training, I work towards the Almanac, and I have more time in the evening to make sure that my content comes out. Well, anyway, Boss Tweezy, I'm about to get on out of here. I got another. I got time for another gaming stream today, but I'm also blessed to have the opportunity that if I wanted to leave the house and go to some sort of event, I could go to that event. Tomorrow, I'm going to that joint at 6. So, in the time that I'm preparing for my gaming stream, oh man. So after the Almanac stream, I gotta leave. See, stuff like this, I'm like, oh man, I gotta leave. I can't even game. But yeah, I'm gonna jump off, do my scheduling and stuff so I can have even more space to record tomorrow and I can make the motive video as good as possible.